John, it seems like every day institutions are adopting blockchain technology. Why do you see such a spike in demand?
It's actually not a recent spike in demand. It's been almost a decade of investment, right? We're just starting to see, hey, the use cases are being discovered. And the three use cases, if I could rattle them off, are there's a benefit towards the actual asset tokenization. And we're seeing it with liquid tokens, like liquid assets, like tokenized treasuries. There's benefits in payments, and we're seeing that in cryptocurrency stable coins, right? You're seeing that in cross-border settlements. And there's also legitimate use case for an international asset, like Larry Fink said, like Bitcoin, right? This is a different type of asset that people can get exposure to.
You mentioned Larry Fink, and he's obviously very bullish on digital assets. Other famous investors are not. Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. Pretend they're here. What do you have to say to them?
I think every asset has its own audience. And just like some people might not like triple C bonds, you might not like certain digital assets. But it doesn't mean that these triple C bonds don't have an audience or a demand for them.
So you don't consider it a pet rock, as Jamie Dimon, I believe, said?
Wouldn't go as far as calling it a pet rock. I'm sure there's some value in there. Somebody once bought a bunch of boxes with rocks in there. All right.
All right, so tell us a little bit about the innovations that AWS is bringing to the table.
Yeah, we work with customers that are both the big traditional finance enterprises, the big media companies, retail companies, as well as the Web3 innovation companies. So we've got a pretty good signal as like what are the undifferentiated tasks that everyone has to go through in order to build with blockchain. And we've seen two of them. One is to actually manage the infrastructure, the nodes that are needed to connect to the blockchain. So to make those enterprise-grade scale, to make sure that they're always up and running to take transactions, that's a difficult job, right? So we take care of all of that with a managed infrastructure offering where people can just hit an API and they can now connect and transact with the blockchain. Second thing that we've seen emerge a lot is the data needs. Just like a traditional application, there's going to be additional data that's being stored on a database, and there are a lot of insights in there to be taken from. Enterprises, as they're building more applications, they're now becoming more aware of this data, and they want to make that data quickly available to their applications. We make that possible as well. With an API endpoint, you don't have to go and run your own nodes, do a bunch of data transformations or anything like that.